Good evening. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the conference. My name is Edely Wallace. I have been working with the lymphatic system for over 25 years. I don't have lymphedema. I don't have lipedema. I have lipedema in my family. My sister and my aunt have lipedema. My aunt has already died. And I am at high risk for lymphedema. And because of this, I had to work to study a lot not to have lymphedema. I had a bad accident when I broke both legs, and one of the legs were supposed to be amputated. It took 7 years for me to walk in the way that I walk today. And this is the reason that I was so interested about the lymphatic system. I learned about this in Belgium. But today we are going to talk about how what I put together, it's a practice that is going to move the lymphatic system to improve conditions in the body. And we are going to start with disclosures. There are no disclosures. And is it possible to recover from lipedema? It's apparently an incurable condition, correct? I'm going to show to you a case that came to me, and there was a substantial changing, and you see pictures before and after. After this presentation, we are going to do some practice for you to experience a little of what I'm talking about. I'm also going to do a practice tomorrow, 15 minutes after lunch at 12:30, and I will be also on Sunday do another presentation that's related to this one. Then decades ago, I believe that I have. Decades ago, the Harvard Medical School researcher Cecil Drinker prophesied that the lymphatic system is the most important vital system of man and animals. This was decades ago, and up to today, very little is known about the lymphatic system. It's still the least known body system in the body. The research was not being done up to recently. Now, a few research starts to show up. And current research is beginning to show that the lymphatic system may play a major role in understanding and treating lipedema and Derkun's disease. What is lymphatic yoga? Since the lymphatic system is recognized now as probably the cause of lipedema, what is lymphatic yoga? What are we going to do there? It is a method developed to activate the lymph fluid as a means of auto-pumping the inherently sluggish lymphatic system. Why the lymphatic system gets sluggish? Because it's not pumped by the heart. There's not automatic pump in the body for this fluid. That's 2 to 3 times bigger in volume as compared to the blood. It's a huge amount of fluid that the heart does not pump it. And then we have a problem. Everybody has this problem. This is happening with everybody. Who is going to move this liquid that does not have an automatic pump in the body? And this is the reason that lymphatic yoga is important. What is lymphatic yoga really? It blends the ancient knowledge of yoga, breathing and motion with the most recent discoveries about the importance of the lymphatic system to optimize our health. This is how this thing would work. How does lymphatic yoga differ from other types of yoga? I was in a meeting this morning also to promote lipedema for other reasons. And somebody said, oh, then I knew that we need to do yoga. I will say to my patients to do yoga. It's not about that. Because this differs for the following reasons. It's a sequential motion. Lymphatic yoga has a sequential motion that cannot be changed. There are several sequences, but it follows the anatomy and the physiology of the lymphatic system. If you change the prescribed lymphatic yoga sequence, the results will not be the same. You will not be successful. It's the sequence. The secret is in the sequence. it works, not only for lipedema, for several other things as well. What are the benefits of lymphatic yoga? Then lymphatic yoga normalizes the free flow of the lymphatic fluid that will get stagnant. When it gets stagnant, we retain the toxins that's supposed to move away. And when the toxins are being accumulated in the body, they start to distort or create conditions in the body, diseases. Then we need to move this to avoid this toxicity that the lymphatic system is doing because it does not move properly, because there is no pump. It improves circulation, prevents disease, helps to dissolve inflammation and pain, absorbs fat, improves metabolism, and releases discomfort throughout the body. It also is an effective tool to manage and reduce weight in a case of lipedema during a period of 12 months. I had a case of lipedema that showed, I am in Orlando, Florida, in my place there, and she started to practice. I didn't know that she had lipedema. She never told me because I had a lot of people, a lot of things going on there, and she was coming to group classes to do lymphatic yoga. After a few months, this was in 14, she was diagnosed by Dr. Karen Herbst as having lipedema, and she had also she had to stand 23 inches apart for her thighs not to touch. She had rash. This is her leg. She took pictures of her leg. This is the subject that we are talking about, this lady with the green shirt. And she didn't have any stammer sign. That is a sign for lymphedema. She didn't have lymphedema, only lipedema. She was married, just for you to see a little of her background. And after her second child, he started to gain weight. It was not too bad, according to her, until she was 40, when she came to perimenopause. And she faced a lot of challenges physically and psychosocially. And she could not find clothing for her to wear anymore. She was becoming more and more disproportional. She got depressed, stopped going out with her friends, and stopped using skirts, going to beaches, and shorts as well. And she had no motivation to do anything, according to her. Family history. Her grandmother apparently had lipedema because her grandmother had larger legs and was used to say to her that she would have to marry a husband with skinny legs. She heard this from her grandmother, according to her, many, many times. And her mom also had big legs, big legs. After being diagnosed with lipedema, she followed a nutrition and supplement doctor's advice. She practiced jazz exercise for approximately a year, and she developed knee pain. And she tried again. She did this twice, and the knee was becoming worse. Then she stopped the thing. And then she started to do weight training. And also didn't work for her because, according to her, she was not gaining any muscles. It was a hard work. She also stopped this. She started to walk 2 days a week, about 3 miles, and her knee starts to be painful as well. And when she was diagnosed, she was 184 pounds. And she got to 190 pounds. It was her highest weight after that. And the depression increased. In July 2016, she came to a group class where I didn't know that she had lipedema. And she started to practice lymphatic yoga 1 or 2 times per week. After 3 months, she perceived a difference that she didn't have with any other thing before. She got a little more enthusiastic, and she started to increase the frequency of the class until she came gradually to do 6 times per week on her own. She was doing 3 times with a group class and 3 times with the book Lymphatic Yoga and the Source of Life that I wrote about 5 years ago. And it was when she came and talked to me, when I knew. And I told her, but how do you know that you have lipedema? Because she was not any I didn't perceive that she was. In the beginning, when she came to talk to me, she was not as much fat as she was before. And then she said that she had been diagnosed by Dr. Herbst, and we have the papers here. Also, she brought to me the papers. I have pictures of them. And she also changed her diet when she started to lose weight, because she started to lose weight, doing any other thing different than that. Then she also got more enthusiastic to not eat fast food, not to increase vegetables and fruits. She changed it. And these are her pictures in 2014 and 15. When she perceived that her legs were increasing, she started to take pictures to see where this was going to go. And these are the pictures that she took. And we are going to see now the pictures after she started to do lymphatic yoga. This is the same person. And these two pictures here, this on the corner here and this on the bottom, I took these pictures. It was in July 2017 in my studio. The other she took at her home. This is before, and this is after. Comparing both before and after, we have just the legs before and after, and the back of the legs before and after. Can you see the difference? Is it possible to recover from lipedema? Yes. There is a way out. There is a way out. And there is a way out. And the way out is you to practice lymphatic yoga. It's not only, oh, I will do this and it's going to be okay. You need a discipline as well, because you need to do regularly. It has to be almost every day. And she told me, Edely, when I don't do every day, if I skip 3 days, everything starts to come back again. I start to feel everything, then I need to do every day. And she was doing 6 times per week. And you also need to have a good diet, self-care, and discipline, because fat does not disappear immediately. It takes time to burn fat. Immediately, you are going to get a lot of benefits, but visibly, you are going to see the difference after at least 3 months. It doesn't mean that's not working. It's working in a cellular level, and you cannot see it. Then you just keep doing. It's like when you plant a seed and you are watering the seed, and after 2 weeks, there is nothing here. I'm going to abandon to come here every day and to put water in this seed, because this is not true. Nothing is going to show up from here. And we know that we have to keep going, because some things are happening also underneath the ground that we cannot see. This is the beginning. 3 months, you have to keep doing. But immediately after that, the change will be amazing very quickly. There will be like a jump from almost nothing happening and suddenly a huge thing happening. There is hope. Don't despair. And thank you so much for your attention. I am a lymphotherapist trained at Fold Clinic and Vader School as well. I'm a writer, a blogger, and I have a website when I do the classes virtually. And we are planning, and I will have more information about that, to do a lipedema challenging 6 months, 6 weeks, 2 times per week, where I will be alive in the internet with all those that register for this lipedema challenge, for it to learn exactly how to do this. We are going to do some practicing now about the breathing. The breathing is what really pumps the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system does not have a natural pump, as you already know, and the heart does not pump it. What pumps it is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is here, below the lungs. And when you breathe deeply, it's not the normal breathing, shallow breathing of your daily life. It's deep breathing. The deep breathing will move the diaphragm, that will go up and down, and this is your main pump for the lymphatic system. And we will coordinate with the practice this breathing as well. Now we are going to do the breathing. Are you ready? Yes, great. Then, everybody sitting, let's bring both hands together and rub them. until we feel warmer and warmer. And gently bring your hands to the neck. And we are going to press and release the air of the neck like that. It's not massaging, it just press gently and release it. Then press and alternate the spots that you are pressing in the neck. Alternate it. Now remember to breathe. Avoid holding your breath, please. There is a tendency to hold the breath. Did you realize it? Yeah. Then I will remind you all the time. It's unconscious. And it's making everything stagnant if you hold your breath. Now between the neck and shoulders, pressing and releasing it. Pressing and releasing it. There is no forcing, there is no straining. Be gentle with yourself. The lymphatic system is very delicate. Then just be gentle, but keep pressing and releasing it. Pressing and releasing it. Now shake arms and hands out. Bring both hands together. Inhale, lift them. Breathing in. Press your hands between the shoulder blades or in any place you can reach there. And with the same pressure, drag your hands to the collarbones and shake them out. Again, breathing in, lift both hands and press between the shoulder blades or any place you can reach. Exhale, drag your hands to the collarbones, shake them out. Again, breathing in, lift and press. Exhale, keep the same pressure and drag your hands to the collarbones, shake them out. Let's do one more time, the best you can do. Continuous long breath. Inhale, press. Exhale, drag your hands to the collarbones, shake them out. Now think of your shoulders. And as you breathe in, lift both shoulders towards the ears, whatever you can without forcing. Exhale with a sigh and drop them. Great. Again. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Shoulders towards the ears, please. Exhale, let them go with a sigh. Again, think of your shoulders and try to touch the sky now. A little higher, 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 higher. Exhale with a sigh. Again, breathing in through the nose, lift. Gradually more, slowly and more, lift more. Exhale with a sigh. Bring your fingertips to the shoulders and think of your elbows. And we are going to draw small circles in the air with the elbows. Small, very small, very small, small, small. Breathing in and out through the nose. And gradually we are going to enlarge just a little, without losing the quality of the circle. Perfect circle. No angles, no square. A little bigger circles now. Bigger. And gently we are going to pause. Small circles in the other direction. Small circles. And gradually, let's do a little bigger circles. Now breathe. Are you holding the breath by any chance? Are you? I can see, I can feel, I feel. Bigger circles now. Bigger, 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 bigger. And very gently shake arms and hands out. We are going to use the fingertips to tap below the collarbones. 4 fingertips tapping below the collarbones, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now breathe. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. Very good. Now shake arms and hands out. We are going to tap the sternum bone, up and down, up and down. There are a bunch of lymph nodes there. And the lymph nodes, they hold the lymphatic fluid that's already sluggish. They have to process the lymphatic fluid. And there is a tendency to everything to get more stagnant because of the lymph nodes. It's the way that the system works. It's a weird system. It's a very complex system. And I like to say that's a weird system, and we need to understand how the system is to be able to work with it. Now think of your head, and as you exhale, let's tuck the chin slightly in and lower the head. Exhale through the nose, chin slightly in, lower your head. And as you breathe in, slowly lift your chin towards the sky and relax your lips. Unclench your teeth. Exhale, bring your head in line with the spine, tuck your chin in, lower your head with the chin slightly in, squeeze the abdomen at the end of this exhalation to eliminate all residual air. Relax the abdomen. Inhale, bring your head to a neutral position now in line with the spine. And as you exhale, turn your head to the right, and I'm doing a mirror for you, and look behind you. Bring your eyes to the corner, look very far behind you. And as you inhale, centralize your head, breathing in through the nose, centralize your head. Exhale, turn to the other side. And bring your eyes to the corner, look very far, very far. And as you inhale, gently centralize your head again and lift your chin. Chin towards the sky, breathing in all the time, chin higher now. And as you exhale, bring your head in line with the spine, tuck your chin in, lower the head and squeeze the abdomen. Relax the abdomen. Inhale, head in line with the spine. Once more to the right. Turn your head to the right. We are going to eliminate a lot of toxins doing this. You may cough, you may sneeze. Bring your eyes to the corner, and that's perfect. Don't hold it. Inhale, centralize it. Exhale, turn to the other side. Look far behind you. That's perfect. Inhale, centralize your head, lift your chin towards the sky. Breathing in, chin up, lips apart. Unclench your teeth, please. And as you exhale, bring your head in line with the spine. Tuck your chin slightly in. And lower your head. Now squeeze the abdomen to eliminate all stale air. Very good. Inhale, bring your head in line with the spine. Lift both arms. Be careful not to punch your neighbor. They love you. Then be careful. Exhale, just lower the arms. Again, breathing in through the nose, lift the arms. So we are opening the lungs. Then think about your lungs, filling up all the alveoli of the lungs. Exhale, slowly lower. Again, we are going to breathe in throughout all the motion. Breathing in, lift. Breathing in, still breathing in, breathing in. Separate your shoulder blades. Do not be like that. Separate them. Exhale. Allow the air to move your arms down, almost as if you are not doing it. How are we feeling now? We are going to use a little the spinal column now before we focus in the breathing. All of this is just to open up the respiratory muscles and the respiratory bulb in the brain as well. And you will be able to breathe much better after that. Exhale, round your back, drop your head, bring your shoulders forward like that. And as you breathe in, straighten your spinal column, bring your chin to the sky and squeeze your shoulder blades closer to each other. Behind you. Exhale, shoulders forward, round your back, shoulders forward, drop your head, chin slightly in. And as you inhale, gradually straighten, breathing in, straighten your spine, synchronize breath and motion. Chin up, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your heart now, heart higher. Exhale, shoulders forward, round your back, chin in, drop your head. Round your back, only what's comfortably possible for you. One more time, breathing in through the nose, gradually straightening the spinal column. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, chin to the sky, lips apart, hold the air and lift your heart. And as you exhale, shoulders forward, round your back, drop the head, squeeze the abdomen. And as you're breathing in, bring your head in line with the spine. Let's shake arms in a relaxed way. And everybody sitting, you are going to tap the feet on the floor like that. Just tap, 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 tap. Great. Now let's see how is the breathing. The diaphragmatic breathing happens here because the lungs are here, but they are two inert sacs. The lungs cannot bring air inside themselves. It's the muscles. The muscles will move the air within the lungs, and the major muscle is the diaphragm that has a dome shape that is here. Then when you breathe in, the diaphragm and its dome shape is going to go down. And when you breathe out, the diaphragm returns to its position. Then it's going to do this. But if you breathe here, it's not going to do this. It's not going to pump the lymph fluid. Then we are going to avoid moving the shoulders. Don't do this. I'm exaggerating a little. You are not moving. The air comes here, and then you cannot breathe deeply anymore. Then keep your shoulders down, avoid moving shoulders. Bring your right hand to the navel, please, to the belly button. Shoulders down. You even didn't start. Exhale, exhale. Every breath starts with the exhalation. Exhale more. Now, breathing in on the bottom of the lungs. Think of the bottom. Navel moves forward. This is your clue that the diaphragm is moving. Exhale. Think of your navel. Navel is going to come in towards the spine. Now, breathing in on the bottom of the lungs. Navel moves forward. Navel, without moving shoulders, please. Exhale, slow down the breath. Control your exhalation, please. You are controlling the diaphragm, the muscle of life. It brings life to you. Through the breathing, squeeze the abdomen, squeeze more to throw out all residual air. Relax the abdomen. Breathing in slowly on the bottom. Very good. On the bottom of the lungs. On the bottom. I'm going to check all of you. Hold the air. Hold a brief moment. Exhale. Control the exhalation. Bring your navel towards the spinal column. Squeeze, squeeze. Now relax. Breathing in on the deepest part of the lungs. Navel will move. Spine straight. Straighten your spine, please. It collapses the diaphragm if you're like that. Exhale. Squeeze gradually. At the end, squeeze the abdomen. Squeeze more. Squeeze more. Pause without air. Relax the abdomen. Inhale, navel moves forward. Breathe on the bottom of the lungs. Now hold the air a brief moment and relax your jaw. Relax your face, lips. Exhale, control the exhalation, and gradually squeeze the navel towards the spinal column. Squeeze more, pause without air. Pause without air. Relax the abdomen. Let's do one. It's about repetition. We are developing or restoring the flexibility of the diaphragm. Inhale, navel moves forward. Navel, navel, avoid moving shoulders here. Hold the air and relax your lips. The lips are not working now. Exhale, slow down the breath, control the exhalation, and bring the navel towards the spinal column. Squeeze more, pause. Now relax. How was this? Could you see that there was improvement as you keep practicing? How many of you could not breathe here, could not feel the navel moving? Raise your hand. How many of you? I trained a lot of people to do this, hundreds of people already, and they say to me, it's the hardest thing to make them to breathe deeply. And everybody could do this. Everybody could do this. This is a short practice because the breathing is the major pump, and this breathing will be coordinated with the motions. Keep doing this every day because the diaphragm will get stiff. What you don't use, you lose. And we are restoring the flexibility of the diaphragm to be able to pump the lymphatic fluid, the lymphatic system. Do you have any questions? Good question. If we should do this lying down or standing up. Laying down, it's easier for you to begin because when you are sitting, even in the sitting position or standing, you have to hold the trunk. These muscles are partially contracted. We don't notice this because we do this every time. And then you cannot breathe properly as good as it would be as if you were lying down because you are releasing the tension of the muscles to keep your spine straight. Then you can work easily with the diaphragm in the beginning. Later on, when the diaphragm becomes flexible, it doesn't matter. You can do it standing, sitting. In the beginning, it's easier lying down. Any other questions?
I think all gym classes or centers offer yoga, but I've never heard anyone talk about Lipedema yoga. How do you find out how to do that and how that's different?
This is a good question. It's different because of the sequencing. How did I find this out? It was an excellent question. About 40 years ago, I fell down. My accident was more than 30 years ago. I have to be very careful with these legs that I have here. And I fell down on the top of the leg that was to be amputated. Result of this story, pain, pain, pain. I had to walk with cane again. I broke the leg several times after the accident, and my leg was going to break. I learned about the lymphatic system 5 years after the accident. I have been doing this 25 years, but I was practicing yoga, and the lymphatic gentle drainage completely separate. When this happened to me, I could not do any yoga. I could not do any motion. It was too bad. I could not even walk properly anymore. And my leg was going to break. And I was not doing anymore because I thought, oh, whatever. I was really busy working. And it was the only thing that I could do. It was the gentle drainage. If the leg could improve, it was the only thing that I could do. And I didn't break the leg. And I had a light bulb experience because I worked with the lymphatic system. I studied all over the world. And the yoga practice works with motion and breathing. And these are the two major factors for the lymphatic system to move. Then I had the perfect technique to move the lymphatic system that I knew everything at this time, but never perceived that one needs what the other offers. Yoga is the only practice that works with the breathing and the motions. And the lymphatic system needs motion of the muscle. This is what pumps the fluid, and the breathing. In my opinion, the breathing is the most important thing. And this was the way. It was a light bulb experience because I started to see the yoga poses in a completely different way. What they were doing to the lymphatic system. I said, this is amazing. You know this pretzel pose of yoga that people say, oh, well, why do we have to do this? Even for me, this was a question. Why? When they said, why do we have to do this? There is a reason. I always thought there is a reason because things work. And it is the lymphatic system. And I will finish here. Thank you so much, and have a good conference. I will be speaking tomorrow at 12:30, but just 15 minutes of practice. Breathing again for us to develop more flexibility in the diaphragm. Thank you so much, and enjoy.